My name is Talile Baisa. I am an Oromo from Oromia, Ethiopia, and I live here in Washington, D.C. I'm here with supporting the Tigray, standing with Tigray people for the atrocity that happened to them. It has been almost 1 year. Today is a 1 year anniversary since a genocide happened to Tigray people, just because they exercised their right to elect their leaders. As a result, Abiy Ahmed, the one who received the Nobel Peace Prize, declared war on Tigray. Just until yesterday, Abiy Ahmed used airstrikes to bomb Tigray. This war in Tigray in Ethiopia is also a war in Oromia. I take it like that because Tigray exercised their rights, but Abiy is using a military action. There is no military solution in this. Tigray people has all the right to defend themselves. They are defending themselves. So we are here as Oromo supporting them, and we ask the American government to stand with Tigray. We thank the President Joe Biden so far for standing with Tigray, but more action is needed. More sanction is needed to end the blockage.
Hello, my name is Mohawi. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. Currently, I am in Washington, D.C. We are here today to protest because today marks 365 days Tigray genocide that was declared by both the Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed Ali and the Eritrean dictator Isaias Afwerki. Both of them have declared a genocidal war on our people in Tigray on November 4th, 2020. Now it's November 4th, 2021. This marks 365 days of Tigray genocide, and we have been protesting every day, day and night, knocking at the door of justice, telling the UN leaders, the West leaders to act and end the genocide. But so far, there are no any tangible actions. And as we have promised from the beginning to the people of Tigray, we will fight until the end, until Tigray is free. We are with you. We will never give up until all the perpetrators are held accountable and brought to justice.
So my name is Binyam. As you all know, I live in California in Los Angeles. As we promised for the Tegarus that live back home in Tigray by November 6, 2020, we told you that we would fight for you just like the one that you're fighting for yourselves. You're fighting for our land, for our mothers, for our children, for our fathers. We kept our promises, and we're still fighting for you. And you are doing it. We can't say how much we're proud of y'all. And we're hoping that y'all are proud of us, the work that we're doing. My message for the Tegaru is that keep fighting. We're getting closer and closer. At the end of the tunnel, there's always a light. There's the saying that there's a light. It could be any night or any darkness, but you'll find the light if you keep fighting. If you never give up, and we keep fighting, and we're hoping that the light and the end of the tunnel is very near.
We're here in Washington, D.C. The reason why we're here in Washington, D.C. is that this is 1 year, 12 months, 52 weeks, 365 days since the start of the Tigray genocide. This is a travesty of justice. This is a tragedy of the 21st century because in Tigray, Ethiopia, the Ethiopian government, the Eritrean government, the Arab Emirates, the Turkish government, alongside the Amhara regional government and the Eritrean government are bombarding Tigray, are killing, massacring, and destroying properties and loot all the things that the Tigray people had. And because of that, there are about hundreds of thousands of Tigrayans killed, tens of thousands Tigrayan women raped, many kids, tens of thousands of kids have been killed because of starvation that has been going on. And this has been going on for 1 year in the 21st century. We have promised the people of Tigray here in diaspora, all Tigrayans would come out, would do rallies, will do protests, and will be voice to the voiceless, and we have kept our promises.
My name is Fathi Ramadan Ibrahim. I'm from Harar. I always been representing TEGARU for almost about like 12 months. So now I live in Dallas, Texas. So I represent the Big D from Dallas. And then thank you to having me here in Washington, D.C. We're rolling as usual. Keep it up. Let's march till we're gonna go to Finfinne. First of all, for anybody who got right mind, conscious, you don't need nobody really to appreciate you to stand with the injustice against TEGARU, injustice against a young lady has been raped, a young man has been killed, thrown out of the mountain. Everything like the civic society has been destroyed, the hospital, the schools. So you have to be just a human being to start with TEGARU. What really this 365 days mark is this. The struggle will come through. The light we used to see from the beginning of November till today, now the sun is rising. That's why a lot of great TDF generals, they call this Sahib Rak, mean the sun gonna rise. Tigray people gonna grow, Tigray people gonna build their country, gonna be Republic of Tigray. And I wish them the best. I'll be with them till Maqala. The train won't stop here. It start diaspora, we're gonna end in Maqala.
Hi, my name is Haywan Tesfaye. I'm from Bay Area, Oakland, and we are here today in Washington, D.C. for the 1-year anniversary that genocide that got declared on Tigray. We are keeping our promise. We are fighting. We're being the voice because our people have been silenced. We are standing alongside of you guys here in diaspora, marching, protesting, and day and night. It does not matter how long it takes. We're going to continue to be the voice. We're going to gain that freedom that we promised to gain. We're going to make sure that Tigray becomes a country, and we're going to make sure that the United States of America takes action rather than just speaking about it.
I'm Gary Grant. I am the husband of Suzani Asmalash, and she and I together have a foundation, the Asmalash Grant Foundation. Suzani is currently in Gardif in Sudan, working with the refugees in the camps, trying to bring some hope and food and medicine to them. I'm here in Washington today, marched in the March for Freedom for the people of Tigray against the government of Ethiopia and the atrocities that they have brought upon the Tigray people. And I spoke a minute ago to the group and simply said, my wife is Tigray, my family is Tigray, I am Tigray, and I stand with the people of Tigray. Yeah, it's been well chronicled. Unfortunately, not enough people really know about it. The planned execution of people by the Ethiopian government, by the Eritrean forces that have come into Tigray, has been an atrocity, a genocide along the lines of Rwanda. And the world said it would never let that happen again. But to now, the world has simply been very slow to totally react. They do know. There's, the governments, the US government, the UN, the European Union, they talk about it. Sanctioning is not enough. It needs to be stopped. This is a crime against humanity. And the world needs to stand up and stop the atrocity and the killing and now the starvation of the people. At the very least, aid needs to be let in, food needs to be let in to take the people out of a starvation situation.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Fadila Abdul Wahab Kasa. I'm from Seattle, Washington, but today I'm here in DC marking the 1-year commemoration of the genocide that started back home in Tigray, Ethiopia. Everybody knows how dire the situation is back home, but I want to give you guys a message of peace and tranquility. I want to give you guys a message to stay patient and to hold faith. We are going to be okay after this. The people back home are fighting very, very hard for us. And to everybody back home, Adjukhum, Adjana, I know this has been a very hard year. I'm heartbroken by what's going on, but I'm also very, very proud of our people. They're working really hard, tirelessly night and day, especially back home, but also here in the diaspora. Everybody is pulling their weight, and I know that we're going to see the fruits of our labor. TDF is coming, and we're going to be okay.
سلام أحواتي أنا روشان بهال روشان تسفاي. I am a medical doctor بتريننج مالتيو زمت أخلو ختمة ناشفيل تنسي represent زجورو زلخو organization كعني Health Professionals Network for Tigray بهال مالتيو HPN for Tigray. Advocacy عبو زفور من لويو advocacy بprotest مقوار مالتيو advocacy عني oppose مقبار نهزبنا هزب قف عزوات زلو destruction ناي civil society infrastructure including healthcare كعد destroy كقبر كله عني أزيد أو كبر كم زلو ونا rebuild كقبر كم زلو عني نقالس لنا everyday مالتي نحنا focus healthcare aspect to you health professionals network for Tigray نبهالنبر ناي إنا زي يسرح سب كن إنا system support قبر بزح منبر لنا نحنا communityنا rebuild نا هيل كن قبرينا ندلي بمويات راح زي كنا بريسورس ون كله عاوينه يتقرأ زلوا نعوه عنه كم يجنا rebuild خن جورا خمس نخلينا نسرح زلنا organizationنا بحزبنا عنه حبوناتنا عحزبنا عنه ليتن كترن سلام كمتنا بحزبنا نبيون إننا نتعر لنا مالتي.
The message for the diaspora is that be strong, continue the fight, don't stop. Remember, because of our voice is what Tigray where it is right now. Tigray is being able to fight and continue and hold the criminals accountable. It's not enough yet, but continue to push.
Tigarus, I am so proud of you. The Tigarus in diaspora, the Tigarus back home. You did not let us down, especially Tigray Defense Force. I will be always honestly be grateful for the diaspora and for here, because if you did not defeat Abiy, or if you did not slow Abiy down, Abiy would have also declared another war on Oromo, Gurus, Command, all nations and nationalities. So Tigray Defense Force, thank you for what you did for us. The heroes, I will never forget you for the love that you showed us, for the sacrifice that you did. You paid a great amount of price. Tigray paid a lot of price. So we Ethiopians, Oromos, we owe you. Right now, TDF and Ola is working together. So all Oromos are standing with Tigray, with Ola, and with TDF. The diaspora, Ajona, we're here.
This is between good and evil. So we have an evil Abiy and his people and his generals. Now, the message you have is really, it's not about Abiy or his generals. Post Abiy, for the people of Ethiopia, wake up. Wake up. Majority of you been supporting this diabolical schemer president. But now it's a time to really, if you want this country to go as a country together, you better start with us, march with us. Now it's time to make a choice, especially elite among us. Wake up. Who you claim to be educated, have a PhD, use a damn mind to really to come together, build this country. Simple, inclusive dialogue is the way. Naftanya system, it will never come back.
Yeah, what I'd say to Joe Biden is wake up, but that might be taken literally. Our government, any of the governments, but the United States government needs to bring the power of our government down on Abiy Ahmed and the Ethiopian government. Ethiopia is an important ally to the United States. It's an important ally in the Horn of Africa. But when you are destroying your own people inside your own country and destabilizing the region, that is something that needs to be addressed. Our government knows, they just need to have the will and the strength to bring an end to this.
So my message for the TEGARU diaspora is to continue to fight, to be louder than we are, to take action, to continue to protest in ways that we can, meaning in schools, let's write about essays. When we're talking to people in the streets, to bring up Tigray, to make sure that what is happening in Tigray is a humanitarian crisis, and to make sure that we continue to spread awareness, to get our education, to get our master's, to get our doctorate, and to go back home in Tigray, rebuild it, and be the help that our people need us to be.
I feel like we've upheld our bargain. We've been trying really, really hard here in the States to liberate our people. Everybody has not spent a second not thinking about what you guys are going through. You guys are always on our minds. When we're eating, we're thinking of the fact that you're not eating, and when we're sleeping, we're thinking of the fact that you're not sleeping. And every moment that we're awake, we're fighting for you guys. November 6th is coming up, but obviously you guys have made a lot of really good strides back home in terms of the war. And especially here in the diaspora, we've founded multiple organizations, so many youth opportunities for everybody to step up. And for the people who might not have had the time or the space to be able to do it, for whatever reason, there's plenty of room. Please step up and fight for your people. There's so many of us here that are ready to welcome you with open arms and help you get started. Reach out to someone and just please, everybody, let's do our part.
What General Sadiq says, people really, you have to first stand for yourself. Once you have your torch lit, you march forward. Every country will help you. There is a geopolitics where people they don't want to really, put their position in a really supporting the Tigray cause, but we are screaming the whole 365 days. But now, whether they like it or not, they're gonna deal with the TDF and OLA. If you want that country to be, to exist as a country to go forward. So we have to do our homework. Mostly we did our homework. Now they have their ear. So we have to come together. The way General Sadiq says, we have to bring all our abilities, our power to really build a different Ethiopia, or to be a better neighbors.
Organized rape is a
You know, my wife is Tigray, my family is Tigray, I am Tigray, and I stand with the people of Tigray.
Tigray, sir.